Morning. Just to recollect, before we go for this discussing the solution. Okay, pre-incorporation profit. We work out pre-incorporation profit and post-incorporation profit by apportioning the expenses income based on different ratio. All fixed expenses and regular incomes, we go with which ratio? Time ratio. All variable expenses and of course the gross profit, we work out by which ratio? Sales ratio. Purchases related incomes or expenses, we go for which ratio? Purchase ratio. Certain expenses come only during the post-incorporation period, like director's fees, debenture interest, preliminary expense written off, all those things. Certain expenses which arises only during the pre-incorporation period, like the persons who are taking care of the business before incorporation are paid the salary, commission, interest on loan during the pre-incorporation period, all these things. Okay, we have seen based on the time ratio, sales ratio, various problems, and we have done one question based on this pre and post incorporation profit. Okay, next, which question was homework supposed to be? I'll discuss in detail, no problem. The period of accounting need not be 12 months always. You look at when the business was taken, 1st January 2016. Okay, consideration is given on 31st December 2015. When the company was incorporated, for ratio purpose, what matters is date of acquisition, date of incorporation, and date of preparation of final accounts. So from 1st January to 1st April, it becomes pre-incorporation period. How many months? 3 months. And post-incorporation period is 12 months. Agreement date is 1st 1/1/2016. Okay, what is the date of incorporation? 1/4/2016. Final accounts is prepared on 31st March 2017. How many months pre?
3 months.
Post 12 months. So what is the ratio? 1:4. Time ratio is 1:4. Any doubt in it? Shall we? Then they have given sales, cost of goods sold, salaries, etc. The company only has borrowed, we know how much, 50 lakhs at 12% per annum to pay which one? Purchase consideration due to the firm and for working capital requirements. The company was able to double on a monthly average sales from 1st April 2016. Okay, so for the sales ratio, pre-incorporation 3 months, post-incorporation 12 months. If the sales was X during the pre-incorporation period, post-incorporation period it is what? Double. So 3 into X, 3X varu, 12 into X, 24X varu. So if you look at sales ratio, 3:24 will come to 1:8 ratio.
Why 2x?
Average monthly sales. Double the average monthly sales. Right. Monthly 1x, now monthly 2x on the month. Then salaries tripled from the date kuduthirukka. For salaries, for the pre and post incorporation, 3 if it is 1x, post if it is 3x. So it will be like 3x is to 36 or 36x or. So this is for salaries. Ratio for salaries, how much? 1:12. Any doubt in it? If there is a doubt, please take it up, then we will proceed. Shall we? Look at the next information about rent. It had to occupy additional space from what date? 1st July 2016. For which what is the rent to be paid? 30,000 per month. This is an additional rent. This is an additional rent. What is the total rent paid for the year? 7,20,000 is the total rent paid for the year. Total rent 7,20,000 less additional rent. What is additional rent? 30,000 per month. It is paid from what date? July to March. July to March, how many months? 9 months. 9 into 30,000. 9 into 30,000 is the additional rent that is paid. Additional rent that is paid. 9 into 30,000 how much? 2,70,000 over. So balance rent, this wait pannunga. This additional rent is paid during which period? This is paid during which period? Paid during post incorporation period. Paid during which period? Post incorporation period. It will be charged directly for the company's period, or you can say post incorporation period. So this is a specific expense for which period? Post incorporation period. Balance rent is paid during both pre as well as post. What is the balance rent? 7,20,000 minus 2,70,000. This 4,50,000. It can be apportioned on time ratio. For example, let us assume you were having a building. You were having a building for which rent was 4,50,000. This was paid throughout the year. Only from July you hired the additional space. For that, what is the rent paid? What is the rent paid? 2,70,000. That additional space rent comes in which period? Additional space rent comes in which period? Post incorporation period. So this will be charged exclusively for which period? Post incorporation period. Remaining rent can be apportioned on time ratio. What is the time ratio? 1:4. Take up this. Ora, have you taken up this? Next, interest பாருங்களேன். The company borrowed a loan of how much? 50 lakhs at 12% per annum. Who borrowed it? Who borrowed it? Company borrowed a loan of 50 lakhs, 12% per annum to pay which one? Purchase consideration of the due for the firm and for which one? Working capital requirement. This loan was taken during which period? Post incorporation period. But what is the total interest paid? Look at the total interest paid. 9,51,000. Start. Interest. Total interest 9,51,000 less interest on loan. Interest on loan taken by company. Interest on loan taken by company. Evla months varum? 50 lakhs into evla percentage? 12%. What is the company's period? What is the company's period? 9 months or 12 months or 6 months? How many months? 12 months, so whole year. 6 lakhs varum. This 6 lakhs will be charged for which period? Post incorporation period. Balance interest. Balance interest in 3,51,000. This can be apportioned on what ratio? Time ratio. Otherwise, this interest is, on loan was existing throughout the year. Okay. Or throughout the period of 15 months. This is specifically for post incorporation period. Note this, then we will proceed. Okay. Total rental additional space rent is charged only for which period? Post incorporation period. The remaining rent is apportioned in the ratio of 1:4. Okay. Then total interest on loan taken by the company. Which loan the company has taken specifically? 50 lakhs into 12%. The 6 lakhs will be charged exclusively for which period? Post incorporation period. The remaining interest can be apportioned on time ratio. Why? Because the loan would have been borrowed by the firm, that would have been continued by the company. Liabilities would have been taken over and what? Continued by the company. Now we can work out which one? Pre and post incorporation profit. Sales. What is the sales given? What is the sales given?
Crores, 34 lakhs.
2 crores 34 lakhs. What is the basis we worked out? What is the basis we worked out? What is the ratio? 1 is to 1 is to 8. So how much for pre, how much for post? Correct? Huh? Less cost of goods sold. If no information is given, it will also be apportioned in which ratio? Sales ratio. What is the cost of goods sold?
1,63,80,000.
1 crore 63 lakh 80,000 apportioned in the same ratio. Then what are the other expenses? Salaries, we worked out a specific ratio. What is the specific ratio we worked out for salaries? Number of workers triple the number to ratio for salaries 1 is to 12. 1 is to 12.
No, 1 is 9. Okay.
It-
Same ratio.
Cost of goods sold will be in the basis of
Okay.
1 is to 8 though, sorry. 1 is to 8. Okay, salaries, we worked out a special ratio 1 is to 12. 1 is to 12. What is the total salaries paid? 11 lakh 70,000. This into 1 by 13 and this into 3 by 13 or 11 by 13. What is the next one? What is the next item?
Depreciation.
Depreciation time ratio. What is the time ratio?
Post.
Or 12 by 13. Okay. Next, depreciation time ratio. What is the time ratio?
1 is to 4.
1 is to
4.
4. What is the total salaries paid?
1,80,000.
1,80,000. This into 1 by 5. This into 4 by 5. Then what is the next one?
Advertisement.
Advertisement. What is the sales ratio? 1 is to 8 ratio. Or what is the total? 7 lakh? Then what is the next expense? Discount also sales ratio. What is the total? 11 lakh 70,000. Then MD's remuneration. Post incorporation. It will come only during which period? The company's period. How much total?
90,000.
Post incorporation period?
8.
90,000. Then what is the next one?
This is office expenses.
Office expenses. In a ratio. Time ratio. What is the total office expenses? 1 lakh 20. Yeah. Next, what is the next one? Rent. Rent, we have done a working. We have done a working. Post incorporation, additional space rent. Additional space rent. For which period? Post incorporation period. What is additional space rent we worked out? 2,70,000. This will go for post incorporation because that premises was hired only during the post incorporation period. Then balance rent. Time ratio. What is the time ratio? Balance rent we worked out. What is the balance rent? This 4,50,000 will be apportioned based on what? Time ratio. Then this is for rent. Then what is the next one? Interest. Okay. On loan taken by the company, it will be allocated for post incorporation period. What is the interest on loan taken by the company? 6 lakhs. It will be charged for which period? Post incorporation period. Balance interest in a ratio. Time ratio. What is the amount? 3 lakh.
Continue on behalf of the company.
Ah.
Incorporation date settle ஆயிடுச்சுன்னு வருது. அந்த மீதியை நம்ம அப்படியே ப்ரீ இன்கார்பரேஷன்ல போட்டுருவோம்.
The statement again.
Interest on capital.
Oh, this I didn't do. The business was continued on behalf of the company. and consideration was settled on the date with interest how much? 12% per annum. Okay.
3,51,000.
3,50,000.
And pre-incorporation.
The business was continued on behalf of the company and the consideration was settled on the date with an interest of how much? 12% per annum. So that interest, balance interest, correct. Very good observation. Yeah, the balance interest clear. What is a balance interest? It relates to which period? Pre-incorporation period. It's clearly given in the problem. It's clearly given in the problem that the balance interest was paid what? For purchase consideration up to the date of purchase. So balance interest for pre-incorporation. What is the amount? 3,51,000. It is only for what? Pre-incorporation. Otherwise, for the interest on loan taken by the company, it will be charged in which period? Post-incorporation period. Remaining interest, if nothing is specified, now we will go which ratio? Time ratio. But here it is clearly mentioned. What is mentioned? Business was continued on behalf of the company. The consideration was settled on that date with an interest of how much? 12% per annum. Interest போட்டு பாருங்களேன். What is the consideration? 1 crore 17 lakhs. போட்டு பாருங்க. 1 crore 17 lakhs into 12% for 3 months. 1 crore 17 lakhs into 12% for 3 months. Work out பண்ணி பாருங்க. How much you get? 3,51,000. So that interest was paid during which period? Pre-incorporation period. Then, what is the next one? That's all. Huh? Any other expense? So sales minus various expenses. Pre-incorporation. Take up this.
Depreciation on the 6%.
Percentage based on time period. 9 months, 12 months, 6 months and all. Depreciation in accounting we calculate based on what? Time period of usage. So pre-incorporation and which one? Post-incorporation expenses. Pre-incorporation loss, post-incorporation profit. Done? இது புரியல. Rent 4,50,000 தானே. Interest only pre-incorporation. Rent வந்து 2,70,000 for the additional space hired. That is specifically for post-incorporation period. The remaining rent is apportioned on time ratio because that space is there during pre as well as what? Post-incorporation. Come to question number 3 next. Okay. And one more new note you make it, wait பண்ணுங்க. Pre-incorporation profit what we used to do? Pre-incorporation profit இருந்தா என்ன பண்ணுவீங்க? We'll transfer to capital reserve. Dividend is not you cannot pay dividend like that, we learned. If there is a post-incorporation profit, what to do? Available for dividend and remuneration. Okay, but here there is a pre-incorporation loss. Wait. We will learn in amalgamation, absorption, takeovers. Okay, where we will learn the pre-incorporation losses will be adjusted towards goodwill. It will be adjusted towards which one? Goodwill. Note. Pre-incorporation losses will be adjusted to goodwill. Pre-incorporation losses will be adjusted to goodwill. Pre-operative losses, for example, we start business business start பண்ணும்போது இல்ல pre operative some expenses we incur, certain things we incur, அது loss னு சொல்வீங்களா, are you going to build some value?
Capital.
Capitalization பண்ணும்போது it will be taken as what? Goodwill. Next question பாருங்க, third question. Anbu Limited was incorporated as a private company on what date? 1st August 2016 to take over a business from 1st February 2016. The purchase price was fixed on the balance sheet date on 31st January 2016 கொடுத்திருக்கோம். But the agreement provides that vendor will get what? 80% of the profits earned from 1st August 2016 as compensation. Okay. Company accounts were made up till 31st January each year. The summarized P&L account is given on what date? 31st January 2017 is given to us. They have given wages, material consumed, manufacturing expenses, gross profit, salary, office expenses, directors' fees, bad debts, debenture interest is given to us. Carriage inwards, all those things are given to us. Net profit is given to us. Further information made that the sales made by the company amounted to how much? 1,16,000 கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. Bad debts were written off prior to which one? 1st August 2016 is given to us. Prepare a statement showing pre and post incorporation profit and state the amount payable to vendors கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. Read through the question once again. Everybody, please read through the question once again, then we will solve it. When the final accounts are prepared, is it on 31st December or 31st January?
31st January.
Oh, January 31st. So they are following an accounting year like February to January. February to January. So 12 months, it will cover 12 months period. Start. Question number 3. Agreement date. Agreement was signed to take over from 1st February 2016. Incorporation on
Sir, practical
First August.
time accounting periodங்கிறது எப்படினா இருக்கும்?
இல்ல எக்ஸாம்ல எப்படி வேணாலும் இருக்கலாம். பிராக்டிக்கலா 1st April to 31st March தான். Practical, always it will be 1st April to 31st March. Everybody should follow uniform financial year. Okay, examination point of view, they can give October to September also. So, pre-incorporation, how many months? 6 months. Huh? Post-incorporation, how many months? Okay. What is the sales given during the post-incorporation period? Upper balance on the pre-incorporation. What is the total sales? 2,60,000. 1,16,000 pre-incorporation pona balance. Sorry, post-incorporation pona balance will be for pre-incorporation. What is the balance? 1,44,000. Sales during the post incorporation 1,16,000 clear mention manirka. The balance is what? Balance is for which sales? Pre incorporation. So 1,14,000 is to 1,16,000 ratio. What is the ratio for sales?
36 is to 29.
36 is to
29. 32.
36 is to 29. Okay. That is the sales ratio. Any other ratio to be worked out? Any other ratio to be worked out? Now start statement showing. I hope I have given a wrong answer. Your answer match acha liya. Parallel, it's okay. Try.
நல்லா
Start.
So 2 minutes.
Gross profit. Start with gross profit. I hope my answer was wrong. Actually, நான் வந்து ஒர்க் அவுட் பண்ணும்போது I took the reverse. 29:36 எடுத்து ஒர்க் அவுட் பண்ணிட்டேன். அதனால அப்படி ஆன்சர் வந்திருக்கும். 36 தான். Okay. So basis. What is the basis of apportionment? Okay. Gross profit. Sales ratio. What is the sales ratio? 36:29.
So
What is the total? What is the total? What is the total? Gross profit or total எவ்வளவு சொல்லுங்க?
55,600. Sir.
Basic note.
ஆ
Further information however, sales made by the company amounting to 1,16,000 sir.
Hmm.
And the bad debts were written off prior to 1st August. சேல்ஸும் prior தானே சார். அண்ட் யூஸ் பண்ற கன்சென்ஷன் தானே சார். ரெண்டுமே வரும்.
இல்ல ரெண்டு செப்பரேட் சென்டென்ஸ் ஒண்ணா மெர்ஜ் பண்ணிருக்கோம் அவ்வளவுதான். The bad debts amounting to 1,100 were written off prior to 1st August 2016. The bad debts related information. Okay, இது வந்து sales made by the company 1,16,000. அது sales made by the company. ரெண்டு சென்டென்ஸ் மெர்ஜ் பண்றதுக்கு அந்த அண்ட் யூஸ் பண்ணிருக்கோம். Respectively அந்த மாதிரி கொடுக்கல. Or common date is not mentioned. Clearly mentioned பண்ணிருக்கோம். Sales made by the company is 1,16,000, which means post incorporation sales. Bad debts amounting to 1,100 was written off prior to 1st August 2016. That is for pre-incorporation period. Just to merge the sentence they have used. So, 55,600. This into 36 by total
65.
this into 29 by 65 less expenses. What are the expenses? What are the expenses? Salaries and a ratio.
Time ratio. Sir,
Hmm.
trading account expensive போறாங்க. சேல்ஸ் லேன் ஆரம்பிச்சாங்க.
அப்படி போட்டாலும் போடலாம், பட் சேம் ஆன்சர் தானே வரும் உங்களுக்கு. ஏன்னா we are going to do material consumed, manufacturing expenses, miscellaneous expenses, carriage inwards எல்லாமே என்ன ரேஷியோல apportion பண்ண போறோம்?
Time
Sales ratio. We are going to apportion based on which ratio? Sales ratio. So automatically gross profit will be in which ratio? Sales ratio. Purchases கொடுக்கல, carriage inwards வந்து purchase கொடுக்கல, automatically all the expenses will go to in sales ratio. Otherwise direct expense are apportioned in the ratio of sales. இல்லையா? So salaries, what is the total? Salary or total எவ்வளவு?
300.
80?
300.
80,300.
18, 18. ஓ இது கொடுத்துருமா?
What is the next expense?
Office
Office expenses, same time ratio. Hello, amount? 1,000?
2,000.
Then what is the next one? What is the director's fees? Amount?
1,800.
Post incorporation. Then bad debts, actual. It's given. What is the total expense?
2,300.
2,300. Eவ்வளவு expenses related to pre-incorporation?
1,000.
1,100 is prior to that date. Balance is for post. Then what is the next one?
1,000.
Post incorporation period. $1,250. from commission and discount in amount, sales ratio. 7,800. Then
Carriage outlook.
what is the sales ratio amount?
1,600.
1,600. Then
Depreciation.
time ratio. Eவ்வளோ amount?
10,300.
Then which expense? In this, how much to be paid to vendors? 80% of which profit should be paid to the vendors. Pre-incorporation paid to vendors. Share to vendors 8813. 8813 into how much you have to share? 80%. Balance 8813 into 20%.
1,600.
This will be transferred to capital reserve. Pre-incorporation profit, company's portion will be transferred to which one? Capital reserve.
Sir, I have a doubt. What is the reason behind the loss of goodwill on
We'll learn this in amalgamation chapter. There's a detailed discussion on what is a goodwill, what is a capital reserve, how to treat it. There's a detailed discussion on that. AS 14 detailed discuss பண்ணிருக்கா. What should be taken as goodwill, why it should be taken as goodwill அந்த மாதிரி. Done now? Over?
Minutes, sir.
Okay, I'll wait.
in the group?
80% is shared to vendors, remaining 20% is transferred to capital reserve.
மொத்தமா எவ்வளவு அக்கௌண்டிங் எக்ஸ்பென்ஸ் இருக்கு?
Come to question number 4. Come to question number 4. Neetu Limited was incorporated on 1st October 2016 to acquire which one? Mail order business from what date?
1st October 2016.
Okay. Agreement date is 1st June 2016. Incorporation date is 1st October. Okay. The purchase consideration was issued on 1st December கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. Okay. 31st May 2017 they closed the accounts. So the accounting period is from 1st June to 31st May. The accounting period is from 1st June 2016 to 1st June 2016 to what date? 31st May 2017. Then read further. Sales, purchases, wrapping, postage, warehouse rent, packing expenses, office expenses. We are given opening stock, director's salary, debenture interest, fixed assets, current assets, okay, current liabilities, formation expenses, capital account of Neetu is given, drawings of Neetu is given. Then they have given closing stock. They have given which one? Closing stock. Are they given opening stock? Yes. We are given opening stock. Purchases கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. Closing stock கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. We can work out cost of goods sold. Opening stock plus purchases minus closing stock will give us which one? Cost of goods sold. Sales minus cost of goods sold will give us gross profit. That can be apportioned in sales ratio. That can be apportioned in sales ratio. Then average monthly sales for June, July, August were 1/2. 1/2 of the remaining months of the year. Gross profit margin was constant throughout the year கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. Wrapping, postage, packing expenses, a very direct proportion with sales. So they ask you to apportion based on what? Sales. Formation expenses are to be written off means after the formation of company it will be written off. They ask you to prepare which account? Trading P&L account. Trading P&L account. Of course we can do it in a statement format. Apportioning pre and post incorporation like that they have asked for. So first let us work out which one? Ratio. Ratio. Which ratio?
Time ratio.
Time ratio and sales ratio. Start. Question number 4. When the agreement was signed? First June 2016. When the company was incorporated? 1st October 2016. Final accounts was prepared on 31st May 2000. So how many months pre? June, July, August, September.
4 months.
So time ratio 1:2. Try to work out sales ratio for this period based on which adjustment? Adjustment number 2. Adjustment number 2 talks about how the sales happens. So try to work out sales ratio. Time ratio is 1:2 from the date of agreement to date of incorporation, then till the date of final accounts on the Mari. 1:2 ratio. Try to work out which ratio? Sales ratio.
So 1:5 sir, sales.
1:5. வெயிட் பண்ணுங்க. சேல்ஸ் ஃபார் ஜூன் எவ்வளவு சொல்லியிருக்கா? 0.5x வச்சுக்கலாம். ஜூலை ஆல்சோ 0.5x. ஆகஸ்ட் ஆல்சோ 0.5x. செப்டம்பர் மந்த் 1x. கிளியரா கொடுத்துருக்கான் பாரு. It's clearly mentioned average monthly sales for which period? June, July, August. First 3 months was what? 1/2. June, July, August, it was what? 0.5x, 0.5x, 0.5x. Remaining months, it is going to be x and the month. So, September month also 1x now. So, October to May, it will be 1x into all months? 8 months. So, pre-incorporation பாருங்க 0.5, 0.5, 1x. எவ்வளவு வரும்? 2.5x 1x into 8 months 8x வரும். So let us have the whole number. Double பண்ணிக்கலாம் அப்படியே. 5:16. 5:16 is the ratio. June, July, August alone 0.5x. And clear கொடுத்திருக்கான் 1/2 of the remaining month sales. September month it is going to be 1x. October onwards it's going to be 1x till May, 8 months. So post incorporation 8x, pre incorporation 2.5x. So 5:16 is the sales ratio. Next you can work out cost of goods sold. Opening stock plus purchases minus closing stock. Tell me what is the opening stock value? 5261
Purchase 38,
plus purchases
38,820.
minus closing stock. What is the closing stock?
4946.
4946. So gross profit also we can work out. Sales minus cost of goods sold. What is the sales?
52,180.
52,180.
13,000. 13,004.
13,000.
41.
இங்க தப்பு பண்ணீங்க.
30,041.
52,185, sir.
13,041.
So gross profit you apportion based on what? Sales ratio, then apportion all the other expenses. Prepare the statement. You can do the statement. What is the sales ratio? 5:16. Huh? Do it. You can do it.
Expenses, or the kind of
What are the expenses we have to take? Wrapping,
Sales.
Sales ratio.
sales ratio. What is the total given?
840.
What is the next one?
Postage.
Postage, generally we'll go for time ratio, but you mention பண்ணிருக்கான். என்ன சொல்லிருக்கான்? Wrapping, postage also. Postage and packing expenses varies with which one? Sales. So even postage is which ratio? Sales ratio. How much?
441.
Bro.
Warehouse rent and balance.
Rent, time ratio. What is the time ratio? What is the warehouse? Warehouse rent எவ்வளோ?
921. Packing expenses.
Packing expenses based on sales ratio. What is the amount?
1890.
Then
Office expenses. 627.
So office expense,
fixed per month கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. Then
Director's salary.
for post incorporation, how much?
1000.
Then
Debenture interest loss.
post incorporation. How much?
525.
Then
Fixed asset current.
fixed asset, current asset, assets will not come here. Then
Formation information.
formation expenses nothing but preliminary expenses. It will be written off post incorporation. How much?
218.
218. Then
sir, formation preliminary.
written off after the incorporation post.
புரியுது.
எதுக்காக ஸ்பெண்ட் பண்றோம்?
I mean,
For the company.
For the company.
So it will be written off after the company is formed. So it will be charged for post incorporation period. Next. What is it? Kilo. Pre-incorporation profit, post-incorporation. Question number 5 is given in the same model or same style. Try to work out. It will take 5 minutes of time, maximum 5 minutes. Really.
பேலன்ஸ் ஷீட் ரைட்
Balance sheet should be as per schedule 3. Okay, you will learn balance sheet of schedule 3, then we will come to it. Other companies, we have to follow what? Schedule 3 balance sheet, you will learn it at the time of final accounts.
சொல்லுது ப்ராஃபிட் லாஸ் கேட்டுக்கல இது சொல்லுது.
அதான் P&L account தான் போட்டிருக்கோம். அதான் P&L account. Statement style போட்டிருக்கோம்.
ஓ
Question number 5. Try question number 5 next on your own. Try. Shriram formed a private company under Shriram Private Limited, takes over a business from 1st April 2016. The company was incorporated on what date? 1st July 2016. Okay. 31st March 2017, they are preparing the final accounts. They have given opening stock purchases, carriage outwards, travel, commission, office and salaries expense, all those things are given. Closing stock கொடுத்திருக்கோம். Then gross profit ratio is constant. அதுக்கப்புறமா monthly sales of April, February and March was double than that of which one? Sales of the remaining months of the year கொடுத்திருக்கோம். April month, February month, March month. April 2016, February 2016 and what? March 2017 கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. Purchase consideration is discharged. Preliminary expense written up. Assume that carriage onwards, travel expenses may be in which ratio? Sales ratio. Let us start working. Question number? Start. Let us do it together. Question number 5. What is the agreement date? What is the date of agreement? 1st April 2016. Incorporation date? 1st July. What is incorporation date? 1st July 2016. Then final accounts? 31st March 2017. எவ்வளவு ratio வரும்? Pre-incorporation எவ்வளவு months?
3 months.
3 months. So post-incorporation 9 months. So time ratio 1:4. Time ratio 1:4. 3. Okay. Time ratio 1:3. Then sales பாருங்க. April month. Then which month they have given? April, May, June will come in pre-incorporation. July, August, this will come in post-incorporation period. April month level solra double. April 2016, look at the information given. Sales for April 2016 is double. So April 2016 you take 2x. Other months you can take 1x. Okay. என்ன சொல்லிருக்கோம்? April monthல 2016, April 2016ல என்னது 2x. May, June 1x தான் இருக்கும். ஜூலைல எவ்வளவு இருக்கும்? 1x, August 1x, September 1x, October also 1x, November also 1x, December 1x, January 1x, February 2x, March 2x. February and March it is given double. Okay, April month it is given double. So எவ்வளவு x வருது?
4:1:3.
April month it is double given. So May and June normal, July to January normal, then February and March double is given. So what is the sales ratio? 1:3. 1:3.
Sir, 11 sir.
அப்படியா? நீங்க சொன்னதை நான் போட்டேன். 4:11. பரவாயில்ல. Next. Prepare the statement.
சார் அது ஓப்பனிங் ஸ்டாக் O/.
எதுவுமே ஷார்ட் ஃபார்ம் யூஸ் பண்ணக்கூடாது நீங்க. பால், பிடி, டிஆர்எஸ் அதெல்லாம் யூஸ் பண்ண, பிபி, பிஆர் எல்லாம் யூஸ் பண்ண.
ஃபவுண்டேஷன் நான் இப்போ யூஸ் பண்ணேன் சார். இவனா டியர்
ரெக்கார்டிங் பாஸ் ஆப்ஷன் இருக்கு. ஓகே, நோ இஷ்யூஸ். போரிங் சாப்டர் இந்த மாதிரி வேணும். ஸ்டார்ட். Gross profit, the sales ratio, எவ்வளவு ratio? 4:11. What is the total? 90,000. Tell me the expenses. Carriage outwards
8,800.
total 1,300. Sales ratio
3,300.
next one in an expense
Commission.
travel commission. It is also given that it will be in sales ratio 7,000.
500.
Sales ratio la split பண்ணுங்க. Then
Office salary.
office salary
21,000.
time ratio 1:2. Time ratio 1:3 then.
1:3 sir.
What is the amount?
சொல்றா. Office salary 21,000.
உங்ககிட்டே புக் இருக்குல்ல. இந்தியன் டீம் மாதிரி பால் அங்க போது புடுறான்னு சொல்லிட்டு நம்ம கை கட்டிட்டு இருந்தோம். Next, coming back.
Administration expense.
Administration expenses and ratio. Time ratio. What is the time ratio amount?
19,900.
Next,
Rent
rent time ratio.
12,000.
Then
Director fees
Sourcing corporation.
post incorporation. எவ்வளவு amount?
18,000. Fixed asset acquisition
depreciation on fixed assets எவ்வளவு இருக்கு? Fixed assets எவ்வளவு இருக்கு பாருங்க. 1 lakh into எவ்வளவு percentage?
25%.
25% time ratio. Preliminary expenses,
5,200.
post incorporation. Balance sheet you will learn as part of final accounts, not required here.
No, when we from general syllabus. The correlation
Shall we? Or other? Okay. Next question try பண்ணுவானா wait பண்ணுங்க. Question number 6 is double the amounts of some question number 2 or 3 இருக்கும். Question number 6 வந்து already போட்ட question model தான்.
Okay.
Amount மட்டும் double பண்ணி கொடுத்திருப்பான். They would have given double the amount. வேணாம். வேற ஏதாவது ட்ரை பண்ணலாம். வீட்டில் நிறைய ட்ரை பண்றது. அதே அமௌண்ட் தான் டபுள் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. வெயிட் பண்ணுங்க. Question number 2. Question number 2 இருக்கு இல்லையா? அது 2 crore 34 lakhs. This question number 6 is 4 crore 68 lakhs. Of course, past question ஓட compilation தான். So double the amount. So write like same as question number 2. Please mention same as question number 2. அங்க for example showroom rent increased by 30,000 பார்த்தோம். இங்க it is what? 60,000 கொடுத்திருப்பாங்க. So let us not waste time on that. Okay, we can go for question number 7. Question number 7 பாருங்க next. Indran and Chandran working in partnership registered as a joint company, Fellow Travelers Limited on what date? Date of incorporation is 31st May 2018 to take over an existing business. Agreement was signed from 1st January 2018. Okay. Then interest on purchase consideration was paid up to 30th June கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. Paid on purchase consideration up to 30th June is given to us. And final accounts that is given on what date? 31st December 2018. So date of incorporation is 31st May, taken over from 1st January. Final accounts on what date? 31st December. That interest to vendors alone is paid, and interest to vendors alone is paid up to what date? 30th June. We are given sales bifurcated into January to May, June to December. Already bifurcate பண்ணி கொடுத்துட்டா. 60,000, 1,20,000. 60,000, 1,20,000. What is the sales ratio? 1:2. 1:2 sales ratio. Time ratio we have to work out. Salaries and a ratio. Time ratio. Debenture interest. Post incorporation. Depreciation. Time ratio. Interest on purchase consideration is paid only up to 30th June. So you have to work out the time adjusted ratio. Then we have to do sales commission. Sales ratio. Then post preliminary expenses, post provision for tax. It's given entirely related to the company கொடுத்திருக்கான். Entirely related to the company post. Dividend is an appropriation of profit. Dividend should not come in the P&L account at all. Dividend is an appropriation of profit. You have to work out the profit from that. Dividend is what? Declared. Balance carried down is a balancing.
Post incrop.
Product. Start. Let us do it. Question number
7.
start. What is the date of agreement? 1st January. Incorporation 31st May. Final accounts is prepared on 31st December. எவ்வளோ months free?
5 months.
Post 7. So ratio is 5:7. Sales கொடுத்திருக்கோம் pre incorporation 60,000. Post incorporation 1,20,000. So sales ratio is 1:2. Then for interest paid to vendor, for the interest paid to vendor, we didn't pay till the end of the year. For consideration. Okay, what is agreement date? 1st January. Incorporation date is 1st May. Interest was paid. Interest paid up to what date? 30th June. So pre-incorporation எவ்வளவு months இருக்கு? 5 months. Post-incorporation 31st May to 30th June எவ்வளவு months cover ஆயிருக்கு? Only 1 month. So what is the ratio for this? Interest to vendor 5:1 ratio. Interest was not paid till the end of the year. Interest was paid only up to 30th June. So 5:1 ratio. Now you can start the test statement. What is the gross profit?
60,000.
What are the expenses?
Item
10,000.
What is the next expense? Debenture interest.
item range.
Debenture interest post incorporation, how much?
525.
Then
Depreciation.
time ratio, 5:7. Ever?
1000.
Then
Interest on purchase of consideration.
interest on purchase consideration, and the special ratio, we worked out linear ratio, 5:1. What is the amount?
9000.
Then
Selling commission.
total amount,
9000.
then
Director fees. 600. Preliminary expenses.
much?
900.
Then
Provision for taxes.
post incorporation,
1000.
then
Dividend free variable.
Freight and carriage.
And sir, provision for tax, எதனால போகும்?
entirely
probably mean
Okay,
in
okay.
case of a sole proprietor, tax is a personal obligation. Tax is a personal obligation, but in case of a company, separate legal entity இருக்கிறதுனால that will be charged only for what? The company's books. Less dividend will be apportioned only for which period? Company's period, எவ்வளவு இருக்கு?
6000.
6,000. You will
So
get
sorry, sir, 5000.
5,000. It will give us net profit after appropriations. There's a net profit after appropriation, or we can call it as retained earnings. Pre-incorporation profit, of course, it will be transferred to capital reserve. Post-incorporation retained earnings, 8,333.
Sir, which is the amount of something?
ப்ராப்ளம் போடலாம் முடிகிற வரைக்கும் கிளாஸ் முடிகிற வரைக்கும் தென் ரிமைனிங் we can give it as well.
Sir, 8:30 வரைக்குமா? 9 hours.
பார்க்கலாம் புரியல இல்ல கண்டிப்பா இன்னைக்கு நியூ சாப்டர் ஆரம்பிக்க மாட்டேன் கவலைப்படாது இல்ல இல்ல 2 or 3 sums will work out today. Take 5 minutes. வீட்ல எடுத்து போறதுக்கு பொறுமை இருக்காது, so கிளாஸ்லயே முடிச்சிடலாம். This you have to touch for the test, then next directly to the exam. அதுக்கு முன்னாடி இந்த சாப்டர் படிக்கவே கூடாது நீங்க. Because there is nothing more to learn. Pre, post incorporation, just apportion the expenses. After the completion of class, maximum உங்களுக்கு ஒரு half an hour you have to spend for this chapter till your exams. Single entry you have to practice a lot, but not this chapter.
Examination point of view,
50-50. ஒரு எக்ஸாம்ல கேட்பா அடுத்த எக்ஸாம்ல கேட்க மாட்டாங்க. Okay, go to question number 8. BAE took over the running business with effect from 1st April 2017. Or other last problem. Okay. 1st April 2017, the company was incorporated on what date? We took over from 1st April. The company was incorporated on 1st August. P&L account is given up to 31st March. So April to August, then July, then August to March and the Mari. we are given various expenses. Total sales for the year amounted to how much? 19,20,000 arose evenly up to the rate of 39 2017 கொடுத்திருக்கோம். Thereafter increased by what? 2/3 during the rest of the year. I hope last class இதே மாதிரி ஒரு ப்ராப்ளம் பண்ணோம் இல்லையா? 2/3 during the rest of the year கொடுத்திருக்கோம். So using that we have to work out sales ratio. Rent was 2,000 per month up to September. Thereafter increased by how much? 400 per month. Traveling expenses 4,800 is for sales promotion, which means this will be apportioned in which ratio? The sales ratio. Remaining will be apportioned in time ratio. Then depreciation 600 is for post incorporation period, means remaining will be apportioned in what? Time ratio. Okay. The 600 for the assets acquired during the post incorporation period கொடுத்திருக்கோம், which means remaining assets would have been from the beginning of the year. Then purchase consideration is paid up to what date? 30th September 2017. Interest இருக்கா? Yes. Interest paid to vendor எவ்வளவு கொடுத்திருக்காங்க? 4,200. For that you have to work up to what date? 30th September 2017. They ask you to find out pre and post incorporation profit. Start. Let us do it together. Question number 8.
Yes, sir.
So what is the date of agreement? 1st April 2017. Incorporation date?
First August 2017.
Then final accounts is prepared on?
31st March.
So pre-incorporation? 3 months or 4 months? April, May, June, July. 4 months. Post-incorporation? 8 months. So time ratio? 1:2. Time ratio 1:2. Sales ratio we have to work out. April, up to what date even சொல்றான்? So April 1x, May 1x, June எவ்வளோ? 1x, July also 1x, August 1x, September also 1x, September வரைக்கும் 1x தானே?
ஆமா சார்.
Thereafter it's going to be 1.3333x அந்த மாதிரி for the rest of the period. 2/3 increased, so 1.33x for the rest of the period.
6
0.66 sir.
1.66.
2/3.
6667x. So pre-incorporation period எது வரும்? This will come in post-incorporation. எவ்வளவு pre-incorporation? 4x. Post-incorporation?
10.
The 2x plus 1.667 into 6 months போட்டா
9.9. 9.9.
9.96 plus 1, sir.
9.96 வராது, கரெக்டா
So
போடுங்க.
5.96.
12x போட்டுக்கலாம். 12x போட்டுக்கலாம்.
9.96.
டோட்டலா 12x ஸ்டார்ட் ஆகும்.
1.66666666 போட்டு மல்டிப்ளை பண்ணுங்க.
5/3 வச்சுக்கலாம். 5/3 into 6 உங்களுக்கு 2 பண்ணா 10 கரெக்ட் ஆகும். plus 2 12.
அப்படியே
1:3, sir. 2/3 வந்து 0.6.
1x plus 2/3 of x. It will give us 5/3x. அப்படி கூட வச்சுக்கலாம்.
அதை இன்னும் சேவ் பண்ணா அழகா
Okay, okay. Options to
This is nothing but 5/3x. So 5/3x for 6 months. So 5/3 into 6 plus 2. It will come up 12x. Increased by 2/3. So 4x, 12x. So what is the sales ratio?
1:3.
1:3. நெக்ஸ்ட் அதே மாதிரி இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் பெய்ட் டு வெண்டார்ஸ் பாருங்களேன். இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் பெய்ட் டு வெண்டார்ஸ் agreement was signed on 1st April. Okay, incorporation is on 1st August. Interest to vendor எவ்வளவு வரைக்கும் பே பண்ணிருப்போம்? Till what date is paid? Adjustmentல பாருங்க.
13th September.
Purchase consideration was paid on 30th September 2017. 30th September. இப்போ எவ்வளவு months free? April, May, June, July. எவ்வளவு months free? 4 months free. Post incorporation எவ்வளவு months வரும்? 2 months வரும். So for this interest paid to vendors, so what is the ratio? 2:1 ratio. Please note all these things and we'll proceed. Shall we start? What is the gross profit?
3,20,000.
It will be in sales ratio. What is the sales ratio? 1:3. How much?
80,000.
Then
Salaries.
expenses. Any expense இருக்கு?
Salaries.
Salaries. Let us do it fast. In a ratio, time ratio. What is the time ratio? 1:2. So what is the salary total?
48,000.
48.
Split panna.
16,000.
Then what is the next one?
Stationery.
Much time ratio?
4,800.
Then
Traveling expenses.
travel expense la on the 4,800. First on the sales ratio la போடுற expense எடுத்துக்கலாம். 1:3. On the 4,800 என்ன ratio சொல்லிருக்கா?
Sales ratio 1:3.
Given travel expenses 4,800 is for sales promotion. On the 4,800 sales ratio la போடுங்க. Balance
12,000.
balance on the time ratio. Travel expense. First you take that 4,800 in sales ratio, balance in time ratio. What is the next one?
Advertisement.
Hello?
16,000. Trade expenses 600.
எவ்வளவு வரும்? 16,000 sales ratio ல போட்டா 4,000 12,000. Next,
Miscellaneous trade expenses.
miscellaneous trade expenses, time ratio.
37,800.
So trade
time
expense,
ratio, trade expense,
Sales
price
ratio.
setting தான்.
Trade expense நான் சொல்லவே இல்லை. இதை சொல்லியிருக்கானே.
Trade expenses.
See, what do you mean by trade expenses? Expenses relating to business, nothing but sundry expense. Nothing but which one? Sundry expense தான். இந்த trade expense na just for trading, commission அந்த மாதிரி எடுத்துறாதீங்க. Okay? Sundry expenses தான். Time ratio. What is the next one?
Rent. Office building. Post.
Rentல first அந்த companies period எடுத்தது, post incorporation எடுத்தது. எவ்வளவு இருக்கு? எவ்வளவு months? எவ்வளவு per month given?
400 per.
400.
No. Rent was 2000 per month up to September கொடுத்திருக்கான். Thereafter increased by 400 per month. What is the total rent paid? What is the total rent paid? 26,400. 26,400 rent based on actual data.
8,000.
What is the total given?
26,400.
Rent was first 4 months எவ்வளவு rent இருக்கு? 2000 into 4. 2000 into 4. எவ்வளவு வரும்? 8,000. First 4 months it would have been 8,000. Balance for post. Rent 2000 into 4 months. டைம்ல தான் வரும், பட் அட்ஜஸ்ட்மெண்ட் பாருங்க. ரெண்டுன்னு சொல்லியிருக்கான். It was 2,000 rupees per month. Thereafter increased by 400 per month. அப்போ ப்ரீ இன்கார்பரேஷன் பீரியட்ல எவ்வளவு ரெண்ட் இருந்திருக்கும்? ப்ரீ இன்கார்பரேஷன் பீரியட்ல எவ்வளவு months? 4 months into 2,000. 4 months into 2,000, 8,000 இருக்கும். ட்ரேட் எக்ஸ்பென்சஸ் வந்து மிஸ்செலேனியஸ் எக்ஸ்பென்சஸ், சண்டரி எக்ஸ்பென்சஸ் மாதிரி, petty expenses மாதிரி. Any expense which is not categorized will be apportioned on what? Time ratio.
So have a doubt. For example,
So first 4 months rent is 8,000, balance is for post. Balance is for post. Then time ratio, எவ்வளவு amount?
4,000.
Then
Director groups.
சார் இப்போ இந்த ரெண்ட் இருக்கு சார், செப்டம்பர் 2017 6 months தானே சார்?
but நம்ம pre incorporation எவ்வளவு months?
4 months.
4 months. ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா பேலன்ஸ் வந்து போஸ்ட்ல இன்க்ளூட் ஆயிருக்கும். நீங்க அப்படி ஸ்ப்ளிட் பண்ணி ஒர்க் அவுட் பண்ணி பாத்தீங்கன்னா ரிமைனிங் போஸ்ட்ல ஆட்டோமேட்டிக் இன்க்ளூட் ஆயிடும். நம்மளுக்கு ப்ரீ இன்கார்பரேஷன் எவ்வளவு? 8,000. டோட்டல் ரெண்ட்ல ப்ரீ எலிமினேட் பண்ணா பேலன்ஸ் போஸ்ட். இந்த பேலன்ஸ் போஸ்ட்ல அந்த 2,000 rupees per month, 2,400 rupees per month எல்லாமே இன்க்ளூட் ஆயிடும். Director's fees for post
11,200.
11,200. Then
Bad debts.
bad
Bad debts.
bad debts, post incorporation. Oh, sorry, time ratio, sales ratio.
3,200.
3,200 என்ன வரும்? Then what is the next expense?
Commission to selling agent.
Commission based on sales ratio தான் எவ்வளோ?
16,000.
Then
Audit fees.
tax audit the auditor will do for the whole year or only for the company's period? Tax audit is not based on company or non-company. Okay, it is based on turnover, it is based on turnover, it is based on turnover limits. You will learn in PGBB chapter. Time ratio. No. Based on turnover, the tax audit applicability is there. What is the amount?
1,000. Debenture interest.
Debenture interest. Post incorporation எவ்வளவு?
3,000.
Audit fees is not paid based on turnover. Audit applicability is based on total turnover. Doesn't matter, but it is paid for the whole year, so time ratio or tax audit fees. Then that's all.
Interest paid to vendor.
Interest paid to vendor. Interest to vendors எவ்வளவு?
4,200.
The special ratio we worked out earlier. In a special ratio, interest to vendors, we worked out
2:1.
2:1. How much is paid?
Selling expenses. Selling expenses.
Selling expenses,
25,200.
600.
then
Depreciation.
depreciation and a ratio, time ratio.
9,000.
The key adjustment is 600 for a shipping post incorporation period.
அப்படியே என்ன? We have to do the working note, wait பண்ணுங்க, not this. Depreciation, what is the total depreciation?
3,600.
9,600 less
600.
for post incorporation period என்ன வரும்? 600 வரும். Balance தான் time ratio. Balance depreciation என்ன இருக்கும்? 9,000, this will be apportioned between time ratio, pre and post incorporation period on time ratio. This 9,000 only will be apportioned between pre and post. 9,000 a time ratio la போட என்ன வரும்? 3,000, 6,000 வரும். And the 600 also will be added here. This is 600. So pre incorporation க்கு 3,000 வரும், post incorporation period க்கு என்ன வரும்? 6,600. So working note. 3,000 is for pre incorporation and balance 6,600 is for post incorporation.
நம்ம லாஸ்ட்ல மேண்டேட்டரியா போட்டுலாம் சார்.
Over other. Over this one, shall we? I'll just discuss the question. 9th and 10th question you are going to work it at home. Go through 9th question. Parangla. When the company was incorporated, 1st May 2021 to take over the business from 1st January. So 1st January to 1st May it will become which period? Pre-incorporation period. Then 1st May to 31st December it will become what? Post-incorporation period. It will be like 4:8 or 1:2 ratio. Then we are given gross profit. Credit side there is an interest on investment given. Interest on investment is given. Various expenses are given. Parangla. Gross profit ratio was constant. Sales for January and October was how much? 1.5 times of which one? Average monthly sales. Sales for December is how much? Twice the average monthly sales. Based on this, you have to work out which data? Sales ratio. You have to work out which ratio? Sales ratio. Bad debt showed after adjusting recovery of bad debts. Sale made in July 2020. 2000. So which means this recovery of bad debts is related to which period? July 2000 pre or post? Pre-incorporation. Recovery of bad debts is related to which one? Pre-incorporation period. Balance should be apportioned on sales ratio. Manager's salary, you have to do the working note and adjust. All investments are sold in April 2001. When the company was incorporated? When the company was incorporated? 1st May. Investments were sold on April itself. So, this interest on investments belongs to which period?
Pre-incorporation.
Pre-incorporation period. If nothing would have been given, you would have taken in time ratio. Okay. Since it's clearly mentioned, all investments were sold in which month? April month itself. We will take it for which period? Pre-incorporation period. Then, this question and 10th question try to work out. Okay. This is also a kind of same question only. 9th and 10th are in the similar model. 9th and 10th are in the similar model. Try to work it out.